New York lawmakers considering a new tax on second homes worth more than $5 million. Supporters say it's a way to get money out of people who have a home in New York but pay nothing in tax. Kristin Tate is the author of How Do I Tax Thee? And Kristin joins us now. Kristin, it sounds like a cash grab to me. What do you say?
Surprise, surprise, a cash grab from New York politicians. New York has been losing residents in droves for years, and this proposed new tax on part-timers is just going to speed up the exodus. Since 2010, New York has lost 1.2 million residents, and last year the state was the nation's biggest loser in terms of overall population loss. Wealthy people just don't want anything to do with New York increasingly. It's too expensive, the taxes are too restrictive, and this tells me that New York learned nothing from New Jersey and the disastrous effects of the millionaire's tax there. I mean, Stuart, you live in New Jersey, right? You saw firsthand how horrible the millionaire's tax worked out. New Jersey lost thousands of wealthy families in 1 year.
Yeah, we did. That's right. It always astonishes me about how you push people away. I mean, you tax them more, you push them away. Don't they realize that? I'm astonished. But I've got to move on to another subject, Kristin. It's an important one. The IRS says the average tax refund is down 17% from last year. Now, I think that could be a problem with the way the tax plan is perceived by ordinary people. What do you say?
Yeah, well, a lot of people, particularly millennials, assume that if they get a smaller refund, it's because the wealthy are keeping the refunds and getting richer. But in reality, most people did get a tax cut, even if the refunds were smaller. There are two primary reasons that refunds are down this year. The first is that people are just paying generally less in taxes in every paycheck. So many Americans are seeing the benefit of the tax cuts through higher paychecks throughout the year rather than through a refund, which, simply represents how much you have overpaid the government. The second, of course, is that SALT deductions were capped at $10,000. This is a cap that many wealthy Americans in high-tax states easily exceed. Now, a lot of people, particularly young people, don't understand these reasons, so when they get the smaller refund, they simply blame rich people because they're ignorant. But, a lot of my parents' friends who are baby boomers, I see them on Facebook making the same complaints about their refunds, too. So they're just as economically ignorant as millennials. We don't have a monopoly on ignorance here.
Well, that's a little harsh. Kristin, ignorant is a very harsh word.
Well, I mean, the Tax Foundation found that 2/3 of Americans are benefiting from the tax cuts. It's just that people don't realize they're benefiting from it. They get the smaller refund, and many young people don't realize they're basically giving the government interest-free loans all year. I think it's just a lack of understanding.
Got it. Kristin Tate, thank you very much indeed for jumping in today. We appreciate that. Thanks very much. See you again soon.
Thank you, Stuart.